Good morning. We are out in the garden for a quick harvest. I'm going to have some breakfast. So I'm going to get me right here some okras. Ooh, it's choppy. This nice, lovely one right here. Damn it. I'm going to grab this one here too. All right, we're also getting some callaloo. Look at that. So all of this is going to be for my breakfast. Look at it. This callaloo is so soft. Let's grab a few more pieces. And this is just one tree of callaloo. They are so thick. Look at that. These are callaloo, just three. Look at this one over here also. It is so thick. This guy right. Seeing is believing. God is so good. Look at that. There's God always provide food for his children. No need to worry. He said, whatever you ask of me, according to my will, he will grant it unto you. He said, I'll never leave you or forsake you. So you don't have to worry. All you have to do is ask. He will provide. God is not a man that he should lie. God cannot lie. He will provide for you. So all I did was put some seeds in the ground, and God continues to come through. And these callaloo are looking so good. Look at them. I have 4 callaloo plants here. I'm just taking the bigger shoots off, and that's it. So there you have it. This will be my breakfast this morning. I'm going to show you how I prepare my callaloo before I even cook them. So first I have my sink here with water. And then I got me some salt. And then I'll pour like a liberal amount of salt in the water. Now, what this salt does is that it removes any creepy crawly like worms that are on your callaloo. So I will do like an inspection of the callaloo first, and then I'll put them in the salt water. Okay, for example, I'm inspecting the callaloo, and here you can see on the leaves like something laid eggs. So I'll break that leaf and get rid of it. So that's what I mean when I say I inspect. I inspect all the leaves for worms, any worm egg, any sign, any leaf that you don't want to keep. Like this one is like a little eaten up and a little miscolored. Get rid of them. So this leaf right here is all torn up. Get rid of that leaf. This one here. And you just inspect and you put them in the salt water, soak them for a little bit, and then you continue with the process of preparing your callaloo for cooking. Okay, so we had the callaloo in the salt water for some time. So what I'm doing now is basically sort of washing them off, shaking them off, and take them out of the salt water. So as you can see all whatever particles that were on the plant. And lucky enough, I have not seen any worms. So that's a good sign that the worms are less in the garden. I think I see probably just one. I probably see just one. All right. So we'll get that rid of this water and we'll put fresh water in and we'll rinse it again. Then we begin stripping and cutting. All right, put it back. So while it is in the sink catching water, I'll show you what I do before I start cutting the callaloo. So take my knife, go to the edge, and strip these little pieces off. It's like the outer tough bark of the plant. Makes it softer and easier to cook. So I'll do this for all of them. And then I'll cut them up. So I'll do a quick demonstration of how I cut it. I'm just gonna start cutting in this spacer right here. So normally I would use a cutting board, but you know, so see, there you go. I'll use a cutting board. Just continue to cut it like this in small pieces, and it is so soft, so soft. And as you go along, you may see small strips that you need to remove. You just keep removing, and you keep cutting all the way. So once this is all cut up, then I'll add my seasoning. I'll add onion, tomatoes, and whatever seasoning you like, whether it is thyme, bay leaf, whatever your taste is, you add it to your callaloo. And I'll be also adding dried codfish to this. And as you can see, it's so soft all the way through. And that is how I'll cut it. I'll show you guys at the end the final process. So now all the callaloos are completely stripped and washed. And I have my cutting board here. So I'm just going to lay them right here on the cutting board. Grab my knife. And I put all of them together. It's a small amount. So, and I just cut them as I would, like I'm in with my hand. Well, like I had held them in my hand. You know, I was watching, um, was it African Lifestyle or something like that? And I saw the young ladies on there, like, seemed like they were eating something like callaloo. However, they did not use a stem of the callaloo. They removed all the leaves, discard the stems, and they only steam the leaves. I was like, wow, that's different from us in the Caribbean, speaking mostly for Jamaica, because I'm not sure if other Caribbean islands do eat the callaloo. But yeah, I don't, is it African? I know it's African lifestyle. Um, but yeah, a lot of their cooking is similar, quite similar. So the more, like, when I keep watching them, like, oh my God, we know, I know exactly now. You know, you always hear your parents say, oh, you know, we get all our practices from Africa. But as you see these young people do it on YouTube, we realize, yeah, indeed, we do share quite a bit of similarities. Okay, so let's finish the one that I had started with my hand. All right, so all done. All done. Okay, so here's my basin. And that's it. They're all cut up. So now I'll grab, I have tomato, I have onion. So this onion that I'm using is actually from my garden, from last planting season. So yeah, this was my first time planting onion. And so it's such a beauty and it's such a great feeling whenever you plant your stuff and you get to use them. All right, so not advertising, but I'm going to be using onion powder. garlic powder. Like I'm using this complete seasoning, some Himalayan pink salt, and some oregano leaves. So the onion powder, garlic, and this is just a complete seasoning. All right. So I have some garlic here. Normally I would just sort of smash them up, but right now this breakfast is running late. So continue with our onions. It's like 2 small onions. You can use a large one if you like. Let's get some garlic powder. Onion powder. Some of that complete seasoning. This is oregano leaves. Oregano leaves. And some salt. Not too much salt because we're going to have salt fish in there. You don't want it to be too salt. All right. So that's it. Then I like to handle my food. You take all of that and you rub all the seasoning in. Rub all the seasoning in the food. Just rub it. I have bell peppers. I could add bell peppers to it, but that won't happen this morning. So I've gone ahead and boiled my saltfish. So here's my saltfish. Move this out of the way. So what I'll do is I'll remove the bones and whatever may be left on the outer portion of the fish. So I remove all the bones. Some person may just put it in there, but I don't like to eat and find bones in my food for not just the aesthetic, but for safety. Okay, I don't want to swallow bones. That's a visit to the emergency room that I don't want to have. So remove, especially if you know you're eating like fish by itself and it's like bone in fish, then you know you'll be more alert and aware that you might end up having there is bone present. But for a meal like this where the bones will be concealed among vegetation, I don't want to have it in my food. So there you go. Move all that bone. Just using my finger to feel. You can separate it and you'll find bone. Not that you may not have one or two bones, into the food, but it won't be a whole lot, right? And sometimes you would have gotten rid of the bigger ones, and it may be like small ones that get in there. And trust me, I'm getting all this meat. All this meat. Saltfish is expensive, or salted fish. It's expensive. Getting rid of all these little flakes. This is all bones. All right. That's it. That's enough. All right. Just going to flake it a little in the water. All right. So I think that's enough, guys. This is not a cooking video. So sometimes I may just share, how I use the things that I plant in my garden. And that's about it.